Hello, friends. It's me, Cynthia,
Hi.
and Azalea, and
Marty.
Marty. He's
He just
getting
finished
his
a snack.
He's been sitting up here for a while,
He's ready for the next round.
and I was like, "Listen, you can." His sister's like, she doesn't have a very good work ethic.
She always shows up, but she eats the snack and then disappears immediately afterwards. She doesn't do her job.
And the job is to be cute. Oh, hello, Terry. Hello, my friends. Could I get a couple of you to give me a heads up if there are problems with the Wi-Fi, the sound, the picture? Let me know if it's good. Give me a thumbs up or in the comment section. I'd love to see if I need to refresh, it'd be good to do it now. Then 10 minutes in. Hello, Wendy. Hello, Cecilia. Hello. Yeah, one of you guys, let me know. And I'll refresh it now. Today we have a tray of things that we've had in the stock. And Cecilia says it's great.
Good.
Looking good, says Wendy. Thank you for checking, my friends. We've been plotting and planning what we're going to do. Actually, everything has been focused on the Big Crafty, which is happening in a couple of weeks, second week of July. And then right after that, I believe, I made a note. I was like, Azalea, I need to make sure that I figure out the exact day that the party at Cherry Tree is going to happen. And that, I believe, is taking place, I want to say, July 21st, maybe. I believe it's right after that weekend. So that's going to be something fun. We'll be streaming live. I don't know if we're going to stream the entire time because it's 1 to 4 on a Saturday at Cherry Tree. So I would check my messages, but I'm actively using my phone, so I cannot check my messages to check exactly the day that that's going to be coming in. Oh, thank you, Pat's checked for me. I got a thumbs up from everybody that wants to let us know. Hello, Jessica. Thank you guys for checking. Hello, Nancy. Hello, Kitty. Yeah, it's going to be fun, and we're bringing snacks. I'm making some cookies. I'm going to bring in some fun things, and hopefully there'll be enough for everybody because we only made 100 of each design. And Jen alone, just her Instagram is like, isn't it like, she's got well over like 100,000 followers. I don't know how many she has, but it's a lot. So I don't know how long they'll last once they go live. So I was going to ask her if I can have a few for my friends. She shouldn't have a problem with that. Oh, hello, Carrie Rossi. Hello, June. Hello, my friends. Yeah, today I'm going to show, I have some things from maybe we've had them for a minute, from previous lives. And also I have, let me see what else I have over here. Well, I want to show more. What I'm going to do this time, I think, Azalea, what's your thoughts on this? Should we do the lot sale first, or is that too weird? Everyone get too weirded out by that.
We can show that stuff first.
We have good weather right now, so last time we had a lot of storms. The storms flew in early today. We were in Black Mountain with our friend Star, and it was raining and not great. Now it's perfect weather, perfect for bike riding. That's what I'm thinking about. I don't know if anybody else does this, but nowadays it happened on my phone where all of a sudden I was, sometimes I like to play Name That Tune with Greg, and his best generation is the 80s and of naming. And so it was open on my phone, and every time my knee would hit, my bag was kind of like slung. Every time I'd raise up my left leg, the song would change. And so I was like, pedaling along to the outfield, and then I would name it. Sometimes I couldn't name it, and I was kind of frustrated. It's right on the tip of my tongue. So I was playing Name That Tune with myself. Oh, I did, Carrie. I sent that to Azalea with the swap. We had a couple orders that got swapped, and we're going to fix that. So no worries, my friends. Connie's here. Hi, Connie. Connie's our neighbor. Yes. Oh, Marty is so cute. Yeah, he's eyeballing because these pouches they're like the big pouches. I got them at Costco, and they're like king size packages. So he really likes these. So give him another squeeze. Pearl's on the table. She's like, "Where's my gift?" I'm like, "You'll get yours after." And people were like, does it bother the cats that there's open and clear favoritism?" I said, "Well, if they acted right and did not, like when you pet Pearl, she bites. So when she stops her biting, then I'll start being more loving. That's how that goes. When you're more loving and you don't bite me, but if you bite me, then that's what's going to happen.
You're not going to get kisses and snuggles if you bite in the face.
Any biting is going to be met with nothing. All right, so I'm going to flip this over, and I'm going to show what I've been doing. So I thought we would do. Oh, hello, Alice. I haven't seen Alice in a minute. I was wearing that necklace I got from you, Alice, the other day, and I got some compliments. I said, my friend Alice made this. And then I remembered that you didn't have a website. You just word of mouth. And not just, but that's the best way to sell things is by word of mouth. You know, it's
mysterious.
Well, because people trust your friends. You trust your friends. You're not going to just buy from somebody. You know, I have, but I don't. It's not my favorite way to purchase. Oh, hello, Liz. Our friend Liz is here. You know, Liz, I found a little handful of charms. They're all tangled up. And it made me think of you because I was like, Liz is going to want these, and they're all tangled. They're like in a tangled mass, and I have not gotten a chance to check out the new. There's another company that's making bronze clay. I can make these charms, but they're more labor intensive if I have to cast them, and they don't have the same feel. They're thicker, and you can see the thicker ones. I have some that we made before, and they're just a tiny bit more labor intensive. They're more fast and furious, and even then, there's no part of it that's fast. I don't know why I said fast and furious because it's a slow slog for all of it. There's no step in that that could in any way be called fast. Maybe washing the molds is fast, but then drying them takes a while. Oh, hello, my friend Clem. Clem is joining us today. Thank you. Thank you all for joining us every week and hanging out. It feels like a nice. It's like a sewing circle. If you've ever been to one, or a crochet round. The only thing that make it better is if it was like if we didn't have to manage it and it was just happening. If that makes sense. I guess it doesn't. Oh, life hit Liz. I get that. Life has hit us. And Zoe was like, I'm kind of weird about doing a GoFundMe, but we were talking about we've been hit with so much annoying, like nuisance type things that added up. It's like this wave that's like sitting right here, ready, teetering to smash us down. And so we were like, how do people manage this? And the answer is you do something else. You go get another job, or you go do something that makes more money. Because our industry, I don't know, people were saying, what's happening to the bead industry? Well, I'll tell you what's happening. A lot of businesses are closing. Our friends at Beadaholique decided to close. That's a pretty big. We were like, what? And who else? Education. A lot of bead places are closing, and I think it's because there's a lot of information out there that are advising people to not, to hunker down and to, because it's like the world is ending, right? And we're all out here. These crafters are out here going, "Hey, I made this. Hey, you guys, I know the world is burning and there's a lot of tragedy." And then there's, it's like you could pick any category of suffering, and it will be there. You will find it in some form or another in some part of the world. We're here. We're in your town. There's always going to be wildfires. There's going to be, you name it, there'll be it. And so it's kind of frustrating to be a small business in this kind of environment because people, are afraid. And we've dealt with this very thing over and over and over. Like when 9/11 hit, I nearly went out of business. I mean, COVID. I was standing there. I had to borrow money from my mom, and I do not like to share stuff like that. But it was scary. And so we managed to hang on and we kind of bounced back. It took a while because our beach shows were closed. People were just like, nope, we're not doing this. There were no one's going to show up. And so that was pretty scary because I was super dependent. When COVID hit, it was like, oh my God, what's going to happen now? And through the amazing technology and through the great bead extravaganza, we were able to pull it through, which I am eternally grateful that we managed to figure that out. So it's one of those things that you have to kind of decide. I've been doing this the same. Well, not even the same. I mean, I've transferred a lot of my energy to making prints, paper dolls, a lot of stuff that, you'd say, how do you make money? I make little carvings and charms. It's a very niche way to make a living. And you kind of have to do where you diversify what you make in order to keep on trucking. And it's been hard. I'm not going to lie. These last few months have been like, and then Helene, man, that was a kick in the teeth.
A lot of things have been difficult since then.
That Asheville has pretty much, there's like a lot of like, people are just not coming to Asheville. And I have friends that work in the hospitality industry. They work at hotels, they work in restaurants, and they're just like, what's happening? We're usually slammed. And people are just not coming to Asheville right now because they think that it's still devastated. And while there are businesses that have not reopened, there are new businesses that have cropped up. And I was proud to see a friend of ours that opened a store. We were like, holy cow, she's able to do this. Our friend from Spoon and Hook, she actually opened a store called Haunt, and we were pretty impressed that she could, in this economy, open a store. So that is, really amazing that there are some stores that are opening that are new and that we hope will stick around. Cherry Tree is still in business. They have a really nice store. So if you're thinking about coming to Asheville, I would encourage it. There's a lot of things to see. Yeah, maybe there were a few breweries that didn't survive, but I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Oh, well.
Already enough breweries.
There were already 75 in Buncombe County. And why we need so many breweries? We're not doing that many. And I'm sorry if you like beer and you're like, my favorite brewery closed, but there's like 50 more, actually more than 50. So it'll be, Sheree says, paint those rocks. Girl, I've been painting rocks. And it's funny because I was sitting there thinking, man, I'm painting, cat memorials. And some folks would be like, you're selling out, Thornton. I'm like, no, I'm what you call surviving. I'm surviving because listen, I cannot wait tables. I cannot man a cash register. Those things are not for me. So if it takes that, that's what you do. You do what you need to do. So
I wouldn't say it's selling out. You like cats and you like painting. So.
I do. I love painting. I love all of those things. And I am really grateful that we have this community because it's kind of makes me feel like I'm not shouting into the void because for a while when there was like my whole social life was intertwined with going to shows and seeing my friends, my customers, that's what it was. It was like, every other week or every week you travel to a new city and you'd see the same vendors that would be your friends. That's how I met a lot of my friends in this industry. And it's been kind of shocking to see how many survived COVID but are not surviving what's happening now because it's the tariffs are eating people alive. And, when you have your stuff made overseas, that's one of the things that can happen. It can be very difficult because people have this, you want to be able to have things that cost a certain amount, but here I am, I've still been making charms and I've kept the price around the same for literally almost 20 years. I mean, it's been like I haven't done a price increase on a lot of my pieces in that same amount of time. But, there are certain things that you can't avoid, like silver, that's gone up through, when I started, silver was $9 an ounce. That's like, that's, if you think about that, how cheap that is. And I told Zach, man, if I'd known that it was going to go up this high, I would have stocked up so hard. So anyway, I'm going to flip the camera around and I am going to show some of the things that we have today. this cat. He is just. But anyway, yeah, I hope that didn't put people off going to, I don't know what the word is, going too real, I guess, telling it like how it really is happening. I know I want to put, I really like to put a brave face on things and make it, I mean, it is, I feel like we'll be fine, especially since Greg has a gift with barbecue. If all else fails, I told him today, I said, listen, if we can get you to do, like, we'll just get a big, we got a torch. We can cut a big old propane thing and make a big grill because he is like super gifted at grilling. It's like his best thing. So if all else fails, we'll go into that. All right. So I'm going to show some things first. And then I can't believe I just talked for 16 minutes. I don't know what. I told Azza, I said, sometimes I'll be anxious beforehand. And I don't know why I'm so anxious. It's like I should be delighted because once I'm on, I can't stop talking.
It's okay.
I'm going to move some of this stuff out of the way. Ah, thank you, Liz. Liz says, I hear you, Cynthia. You just have to take it day by day. I always think everything will work out, hopefully. And a lot of times it does. So that's what is awesome about the kind of the business world right now is that sometimes it's feast or famine. So let me see. The light here is a little bit, I feel like it's a little bit unflattering to my skin. But how accurate is it to the metal itself?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, so this is a really yellow piece. And my skin is actually really tan right now. I've been biking a lot. So
We have some
let's
yellow in our
see.
blood.
We have a little bit of yellow, a little bit when I get some sun. Oh, thank you, Tina. Tina says, but your pieces are classic. I hear in lots of chat rooms talk about Green Girl Charms. Told a lot of people about your scoops of beautiful beads.
Oh, that's sweet.
Oh, thank you. And Sandy says, we like the talkie. Okay, thank you. Because I was getting nervous that I was going to lose my peeps by telling it being too real. I know that we are often advised to only tell about the good parts and to say everything is fine. But then, sometimes you just need to tell it.
Well, you keep it real. Trying to entertain and sedate the society. This is our lives.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I have this bronze bird clasp. I'm going to do this first through this and what Wilson was doing before, which was this. I would like to revisit this plan here. Clem says, love hearing your beating news report. Well, it's been stressful and scary, I will not lie. It's been one of those things where you just have to do other things. And we before Helene hit, we were really in serious talks with a local retreat center, and they got, well, they're not recovered yet, but we'll find another location. But it was a perfect location. It was a meditation and yoga retreat that could easily host 20 people. Some of the people would have to be like, the host people would have to be like in the because they have like rooms where you have to share. So Connie says we're choppy. Let's see if that's if there's anything we can do about that.
Might be able to refresh, maybe. But we did have some storm action happening, and there's a storm headed our way.
There's another. We've been having, it's like Florida with the late afternoon storms. So this is what we worked on. We might have a few of these left. I'm not sure. I didn't check beforehand. This is some work from our good friend Ann Gardan. She makes these beautiful, beautiful enameled bead caps. She does a bunch of other things too. But what this is glass that is torch fired on top of metal. It's pretty amazing. I did enameling in my youth and it was really fun. I could do that all day long, but I think it's more sturdy. So anyway, this is what we worked on. on Wednesday. I'm going to show some of my other things and let this kind of percolate. I'm going to try and move quick. All right, so we're having a little bit of sound issues. Do we want to hit that? Let's refresh. Should I just refresh
Did you already do it?
No.
You can try it now.
Wendy says okay now, but of course it started when your live still started. Okay, we'll give it a minute.
If you refresh, the audience stays.
All right, I'm going to hit refresh real quick and see if that doesn't improve the sound. Okay, hold on for a second.
To rip it all out.
Ugh, I hate when that happens. All right, so this clasp that's normally, some of the things I'm going to slash, some not. But I'm going to put this one, I use this one all the time. It's bronze. It's beautiful. It's what I call a focal.
Is everything going okay?
Yeah, I don't see the chat.
Chat button is right here.
There it is. Oh, good. Kate was talking about the tree limbs the other day from your bead shop. Oh, well, I'm glad, that was good. I wonder if she's talking about we did have a tree that we had to repair.
She might be talking
about
about
the branches.
The Shibu branches.
That's possible. All right, let's do this at 32. That's cheaper than the website right there. So I don't know if you can see that. 32, if you're interested, that's lot 521. I'm not going to mark everything down, but I'm going to mark a lot of stuff. Oh, I forgot about that piece. Carolyn says, Cynthia, I was watching an old live with you and Azalea and Kate. You made the special edition poppy clasp. Are you planning any more special GGS pieces with Bead Shop and Kate? I think I will. We always want to do it. If Kate's down with it, we will totally do it. Okay, so it's 521. I'll put that up here. Branches. Can you give me that black one? You can barely see this pink. It blends right in.
What?
Marker.
Oh.
I'm going to put that there. And let's see. Oh, this is the new one. It's in sterling. It's heavy. It's pretty. Look at it in silver. Isn't this charming? The bear. And then there's a little owl. And there's his little apples or mushrooms, whatever you would like to call that. And the back says the mountains are calling.
It's one of your newest.
It is. And right here you can see it's like a little forest. It's like rhododendrons and things down there. It's like a little moonlit night scene. If I could figure out how to show you guys the fireflies when they go on our evening walk, it's so magical. But it doesn't show up. I tried to do where I could see it. So I'm going to slash this one down. I'm going to put this one at. It's new, heavy, solid silver. Look how thick it is. I'm going to put it at, let's see, let's do 60. And we'll see if that's a go, if you guys like that. I want to see someone do something with it. We have it on pewter if you're interested. That's a thing. It's on our website, I believe. Is it?
Yep, Connor? It is on the website.
Tina says she bought that one and loves it. Thank you.
Good.
I'm glad to hear that. Oh, this one has been rolling around in my collection. This is a solid silver bead. It is a gargoyle. Greg made this. And we visited somewhere. Where were we? Might have been Philadelphia. I want to say it was somewhere like that, or New York, where we were admiring some of the architecture. So I've had this one for a minute and it's been rolling around. So I'm going to mark this one. I'm going to go half price on this because I'm trying to move it. So that's $30. I've had it, I don't know how long, and it has not moved, but I'm excited for it. Let's see if anyone wants that. Imagine that someone, the hole runs from top to bottom. So it'd make a great, I would think a tassel. If you know someone that's really into French, because it makes me, it makes me think of Notre Dame. That's what it makes me think of. All right, this one. Wow. So this is also silver. I have it at 48. I'm going to mark this one. I only have one. I'm going to mark it at 40. That's pretty good. 556 sterling. Beautiful. Look at the side. Look at that. Delightful. It's one of my favorites. Put that there. I have two of these guys. I'm going to mark this one half too because they've been in my collection. Usually I just make earrings with this stuff, but I'm going to have to make more. Big Crafty's coming, and I need the money for buying more silver. Turns out silver is not a cheap date, and I sell a lot of silver, so. Oh, I appreciate it. I love that my friends, that's the best thing about this is seeing our friends help each other. So this one I have two. If you want one of these, I did sell them at one point as earrings, but they were kind of expensive to sell both at the same time. So this, I have two. I think I have two of them.
Two octopus?
Yeah.
There were two.
Yeah, we have a good community. I'm really happy. This is a fun thing here. These are bead caps. There's two colors. They were in my They're in my collection for a while. It's 27. I'll mark these at 20. What the heck? You get a bronze one. You get a sterling one. You could use them together or separate. They could be put on. You know what I've used these for? I'm going to show it real fast. My friend from Scattered Light. I don't know why I can't think her name offhand. So check this out. So these could be perfect for this. So she made this. This is another good idea for square wire. Check this out. This is from Scattered Light Studios. I don't know if you guys remember Barb and Russell. They made my wedding ring. Russell is an incredible goldsmith, and we bought this diamond in Tucson 22 years ago, and the rubies on each side. And I designed the ring, and he carved it for me. And his wife, Barb, makes this, what you call it? She called them collages. And she would put the bead caps, stack them. So this is kind of a fun method. Here's one of them. Here's another. I collected these like they were going out of style. And you put the chain through, and I'd wear them together like a big cluster because I loved them. But that's another thing. You could do the same thing as the bead stack. You run the wire through and you stack a bunch of this is like sea glass. Here's another thing for using of like see the square wire, how pretty that is soldered down, real good. See, this is also another, they made this stick so Russell would, I didn't think you could cast them that thing, but I guess you can. That would work really good with this piece I'm working on, but it seems really kind of bendy. We'll see. So anyway, that's what you do with that. Oh, thank you. Wendy says, I absolutely love your wedding ring. Thank you. Oh, this goes with, I was making these. I have one left. I don't know if anyone wants this one, but to go with this, if no one wants, I'm going to go ahead and use it for these are the pendants that I've been working on. Boy, they are labor intensive. I didn't realize how much work it was going to be. I don't know if I'm ever going to make my money on that. But anyway, I'll do 25 on it. Let's see. It's 504. I only have one. Oh, that's sweet. Tina says, my sister Dachshund passed away, so I bought her the one you made and put it on a beautiful chain. She loved it.
Oh, that's sweet.
I made that. My mother-in-law had a Dachshund named Brandy. Oh, we'll mark this one down too. So we'll put this one at 15.
Brandy was a good dog.
Brandy was a good dog. Brandy was old. And it was pretty, I had a dog named Suni. She's a Shiba Inu. And Suni was kind of like a cat. And it was really weird. She went in the bed and laid down next to Brandy and put her face on Brandy's face. And we're like, oh, look how sweet. And then it was so sad because it was like Suni was like guiding her.
Aw.
Yeah, it was charming. And by charming, I mean super sad.
Well, it's sweet.
I don't know why I'm saving these. It looks like some of these have already been. Oh, wow. All right, we have one of these. I am loath to part with it. A sapphire. These are so much work. Sort of cast and place sapphire. So I have to dig out the one side. See, that's a sapphire that's been through the kiln. So it survived, did not crack. They can withstand high temperatures. And look how pretty. It's like really sparkly. So anyway, this one is 56. I will mark this one. I don't want to mark it too because I'll make some earrings if no one wants it, but I'll mark this one at, see, I'll do 40. Mark that at $40 if anyone wants that. All right, what's this? Oh, this is a nice looking clasp. I'll put this one. This is one Greg carved. I love this clasp. I have it on a couple of my necklaces. And actually, if no one picks this one, I have a few necklaces that need a clasp. So I'll put this one at, you know what, 40 is pretty good, but I'm going to put that at 32. I need to buy some stuff for the show. And also I have, if you can believe it, we still have not had a contractor come out and look at the floor in the kitchen. It's kind of a nightmare, really, because it's hard to get a contractor. And it's kind of, it sucks. All right, so this is a bronze. This is one of my newer pieces. Oh, Shuri, you're not. That's little dachshunds are so sweet. I'm sorry you lost your baby. That's like my nightmare. It's like, they're destined to break your heart, but you still do it anyway. All right, I will mark this one also. That's a good one for that. Let's see. Well, I would. I haven't had a contractor come out. We went to Lowe's and we went to Home Depot, and they said that someone was going to call us, and we have not heard. So apparently tomorrow we have someone coming, so we can get an estimate. All right, I'm going to put this one at 32. Some of these are kind of labor intensive. I think I need to make some space. I'm going to make some space up here, y'all. Take some out and put them where I can see them. So I did have a question where someone asked me, they said, so can you just melt down the stuff if no one buys it? And the answer is yes. But when I do that, the problem is that you don't make the money back on the labor. And by that, I mean, whatever labor that you used to make the item, because it takes time. It's not just about the metal. It's about the amount of time it takes to push out a wax, clean up that wax, build a tree, make an investment mold, and completely go through the process of the lost wax casting. And if you don't sell it, I mean, it's not. I can put it on jewelry, but once it sits like this, it's been sitting in my collection for a while. That is kind of your operating at that point. So I need to. All right, let's see what else we have today. So this one is a little bronze. Check this out. The heart flower is made of bronze. Okay, this is also bronze. Let's get in there and take a look. Pretty cool. You know what I'm with this? I've hung things and I put it where it's kind of like this, but they're hanging. And it's also a good link if you put it like this. It's good like this. There's a lot of different ways to use this piece. So it's 18 right now. I'm going to put it at 12. 518. The steel right there. All right, what have I done so far? All right, so some of this, I'm going to put this over here so you can see it. Here's some more bronze. Let's see. Okay, this is another a mountain scene with a bear, and then what they call Johnny Jump Up. It's kind of like a in the pansy family, but mini and small and sweet, kind of like violets. All right, I will mark this one at pretty new piece. We'll say 25. Pretty new. 555. And I have 2 of them. All right, let me see these guys. Let's see right here. This is a sterling cat. Look how cute. Look at this, so cute. I had to make sure I had a little foot. So sweet. That's the cutest part of a cat, I think. Besides their face and body and everything. It's $50 because it's a lot of silver. It's heavy. But I will charge this one. I will say about 35. You got a kitty person, that would make a charming right there. You could, the hole on this one runs right here, right on that side. So it's like this. So it's like he's hanging on. It is so cute. But this one I've used many times as, like, you know, if you want to put like a tassel underneath, it looks really charming. Look at that. I had a little charm bundle. Okay, what else do I have here? Oh, this is good. I'm going to get some of these snakes out of the way. I don't know if anyone, because you know, did I write something in the back on the bear? No, I carved a violet, or what's called a little Johnny Jump Up. Isn't that cute? That's local to this area. If you live here, you see them in the springtime. Oh, Karen says, what happened with the teeny frog you said would be perfect for a ring? Did you ever cast it? I did cast it, and I think I sold all of them, but I can make more. So this is the mystical snake. It was Year of the Snake. When I was making this, I made it a couple times. And there are a lot of myths about mystical snakes in our collective humanity. There's a lot of that, where they're like the Ouroboros, you know, that's like a magical snake, kind of like being like history repeating itself. So this one, I'm going to mark it practically half. What would that be? 78 is what's half of that?
The calculator should be right there, right? Because I don't have mine.
Okay, well, we'll round it to 40. Not quite half, almost. So that's that mystical snake, $40. Trying to make some of the money on the labor, because that's practically most of it. Same with this. Here's the other one. We'll say the same for this one. If you have someone in your life that's Year of the Snake or likes reptiles, this is a good one for that. This one was made by Greg. You can see his little symbol, the Geo. Very detailed. Heavy. This one would be good for a man, I think, when I see it, because, you know, Greg made it. And whenever he sells it, he always sells it to these kind of big burly dudes. And they look good on the necklaces that they make, or bracelets. So we'll do 40 on that one as well. What else do I have here in my selection? Oh, I have a couple of these. So I made a bunch of these recently. You guys know I make these necklaces all the time. And this is my favorite class. So I always have a few of these for my necklaces. And it's silver, it's secure. If it flips, you can put it on both sides. So one side is the one with the crater. The other side is where it has, you know, I tried to make it, I followed pictures from NASA of the moon. So let's see. This one is $32 for the set. Oh yeah, like this one. If you're Tina, if you're talking about the on leather, those big beads, yeah, that's we've had many customers that would put that on there. Or African trade beads look really good. Let me mark this one. I'm going to mark this one. I'm going to do this at 26, which is probably the all-time lowest I've ever done this class at. Just so you know, I got to repair my floor, so it's getting real. I have 6. But we were talking about, as I said, let's just do a GoFundMe. You know, other people do it all the time when they just have the slightest thing happen.
Not to be shady, but there's a girl I follow on Instagram who's like a local Asheville girl, and she links her Cash App and Zelle in every story that she posts on Instagram.
Oh, that might be
and
how
I
she
find
does
it a little bit funny sometimes when I come upon it, because
Sometimes-
she's like, "Hey guys, this happened to me. If you feel like helping, here's my GoFundMe, here's my Cash App." It's like, ooh, like little things too. It's like, dang.
All right, so this one is, let's see, we'll do 40 on this. It's a lot of work. Oh, Donna, my friend, aloha. I always think of our fun times when we were neighbors at the Ward warehouse. That was some good times, Donna. Remember making Greg go downstairs and get us those spam rolls? Good times. All right, this is kind of a heavy-duty piece. I've been saving this one. I was going to make myself a necklace with it, so I'm going to charge 50, I think. It's heavy. I made it for me. I saw something on Instagram today that was like, if you make work as an artist, you should always make it with yourself in mind. And I was like, oh my God, that's so true. So true. All right, that's a lot of stuff there. I'm going to now shift the focus to, did I do this one? I don't think I did. Ward Warehouse. Remember that? The good times. Some good times. All right, so this is a platypus. Anybody know a person that loves a platypus?
Me.
I do. No one asked me to make a platypus, but there you have it. I think it's like a cute creature. It's one of my favorite creatures. You know what? Their fur, I didn't know this, but under UV light, they fluoresce. Their fur fluoresces. I saw it on Discovery, and I was pretty bewitched.
They're one of the strangest animals.
They're one of the strangest animals. You know, their tails, they have a barb in their foot. I don't know, it's not their tail, but their foot. It's like a poison barb. Like, what other animal has a pouch, a duck bill, swims in the water, can lay eggs? I mean, it's so crazy. It's one of my favorite creatures. But I'm going to mark this one down because I want to move it, and I don't want to melt it down because then then you're operating at a loss. All right, I'm going to make it $30. That's practically free. So, all right, so there's some of that. Let me see what else I have over here. I have a few other little small things, but I think I'll save those for later. I'm going to move. I see that we only have like a few minutes of, it's like already 40-something minutes past. Man, how'd that happen? That's what happens when you're chit-chatting. I'm going to make some space. I had a few people ask me about Lucky Dip, and I remember saying the other day, I was like, well, I'll always have that. And I don't know what possessed me to say that, because that is 100% not accurate. I will always have, I think what I was trying to say is that I will always scoop beads into a pile from my desk. Yes, that is 100% accurate. I will do that. But, as far as the same beads, they're not going to be the same beads, because it's like fashion. Some of that stuff goes in and out, and some things never come back. If it doesn't sell well, they are for sure not going to keep making it. So, animal program, sure. I love me some, shows about animals. So this is what I have for the Lucky Dip. I had some questions about it. So here's what happens. When I have scooped it, I average the price so that so this little container holds about 5 grams. I usually heap it, so it's actually closer to 6. And what's in this? Some might say, well, what happens when I'm done with a project? And y'all have seen me do this a million times. When I'm straightening up my containers, or not containers, when I'm straightening up my desk, I do one of these where I take my stuff and I'll usually just like say when I'm making necklaces, when I'm making a crochet necklace, here's how I make them. Make them like this. So I put my necklace stuff out like this and I string them by stiffening, right? So I have all that. The way I do it is I'll put like a pile. And sometimes I'll go through with, if I put my optivisors on, I'll rearrange these so that the colors will be in a color shift, you know, like some of it's as random. Like this one, I haven't had a chance to list this one on my shop yet. But this one is sapphires and tourmaline. And my extras, I didn't put them back into the container. I just scooped them and put them back into this. So it's what I usually use. This is 3 or 4 of those bigger tins, and I emptied about 20 some tins into this a few days ago. I don't know, I got kind of wild because it's kind of, I don't know, it was kind of cathartic actually to start. I was like, I don't have these little tins aren't popping their lids off. So that's some sapphires on that. And then this one is all sapphire on one side and Karen Hill Tribe on the other. And Karen Hill Tribe that's a tribe in Thailand. And they make these beads, no lie, one at a time. I would not have believed it if I didn't see it with my own eyes. But our friend Ramsey from Hands of the Hills took some video and he showed it. And they move like the wind. You would not even believe it. And the way they do it is they'll have one person cuts the beads. So they're like chop, chop, chop. And it's like amazing how fast they move. And then one person is in there with this little tiny awl and they smash a hole with a hammer and they flip it and they smash another hole. So each one is they have like 3 people to make this bead. And then they hammer them. They're round when they start. It's incredible. So there's some of these in there too. I threw them in there extra. So, Carolyn says, I cannot wait to receive my gem scoops. You mentioned the gems will fit on micro Ceylon. Yes, they should, because I used them. And some might need to be drilled out, but that's how it goes. You know, I mean, when you get tiny, tiny beads, there are some that will fit on the fine Ceylon, but for the most part, all of them should fit on 26 to 28 gauges. If it doesn't fit on a 28 gauge, then I don't know. Maybe there are diamonds in there because I did throw a thing of diamonds in that was like rough cut ones, and those fit 28 gauge only. So what is this here? I need to put my glasses on. So these are sapphires from, I believe they're Ceylon sapphires that I got from Tani probably 15 years ago. Tani is the name of the vendor from Sona. They have really exquisite taste. And they're moving more towards like fine jewelry, like diamond strands. So they don't have as much of their semi-precious anymore. But that's one of the places that I really love to shop from because I know I can trust them. And I know that I'm not going to be sold something that's like, you know, sometimes you'll get beads, it's not the right thing, and you'll think, oh my God, that's such a fantastic price. Well, it's probably fantastic because it's not what it said it is. So, you know, be wary. If it's too cheap, there's a reason, because it's not legit. People got to make money, and if it's way too cheap, ask yourself, why is that? So anyway, the other thing I was doing is if I had some of these guys, like I had them, and they didn't move, I had probably 10 strands. I might have overbought of this ruby. I love it. And the way you can test is you get yourself one of these. This is a gem light. It has a bunch of different other colors, but I use this mostly to find rubies. So a ruby will fluoresce this kind of orangey color. Let's see, check it. Now sapphires, and I didn't know this, sapphires, even though they're the same hardness as a ruby, they don't have the same fluorescence. And they will not fluoresce. You see that when they pop like that, that's a ruby. So let's see if let's study what I did here. The rubies pop out. Here you can take a closer look at the variety. So there's probably, I would say, minimal 50 different types of beads in there. Let's do the light again. Anyway, I think what I'm gonna do is I have a couple of these. I've started to do this earlier. I'm like, why mess with this? So what I think I'll do, oh yeah, fine sock lux, that's no problem. Like fine should fit pretty much everything. This is kind of satisfying. I love doing this part too. So this, I was selling them 42. And y'all know, if you've ever been to a bead show, I'm not marking this up sky high. I'm marking them up average, enough for us to survive, you know. We're not greedy. Caroline, that's my dream. I want to go on a gem dig. I found one in Idaho that I've got my eye on. And it's an opal dig in Idaho, and I've got my eyeball set on it. It's like $300 a day. But I would do that. Easy. So this is a good mix. There's everything in here that I use on my necklaces. But I will say, I don't know why I said that I'll never run out. I will always have this mix, but it will not always have the same stuff because that's impossible. Because some of these things, one day, if this runs out, then there won't, like, then I will have to just, I have other ones. But this particular one, let's see, it's like, let me see if I can show it a little bit better. Sunstone, look at that big old sweet opal. All right, oh, what's that? Oh, that's pretty. Forgot that was in there. So I did get, this was from a lot sale from a few years ago. And that's Hessamite. Isn't that perfect, good quality? So sweet. So I did dump, I will say I did dump a bunch of extra stuff in there from last time. Because it's kind of fun to do it. Y'all probably know that. That I like to do this right here. And I could do this all day long. And be completely 100% fine doing it. You know, someone was like, you could make a lot of money. You could just do you could put some really cheap beads in there. And I was like, no. I like to do it where I'm barely breaking even. And they're like, well, that's one way to do it. And I'm like, I want to do it how I want it. Like, if I'm going to buy it, it's going to be top quality, and I don't want to spend a huge amount of money. So there you have it. You know, I kind of got in a little bit of an argument the other day. It's not really an argument. It was more like I had a person that wanted my necklaces, and but they had a store. So they were like, oh, I think my customers will really like them, but I don't mark them to where I can make any money. I don't mark it so that they can be half off, you know? Because at that point, my time, I mean, if a necklace takes you 3 hours, and some of them do, then if you don't market enough, you're barely just making enough money to cover the expense of your beads and not really your time. And that only works if you're retired or something, but I got to make money. So
she wanted you to sell it to her wholesale?
She wanted to have them, I don't know what she wanted, but she wanted them for not as much as I was selling them for. And I'm like, listen, you can get a shirt right now, currently, from Anthropologie or Sundance or Free People, and it will be more money than my necklace, because it was like,
I mean, if you want it for cheaper, then go make it yourself.
And I did. I said you could make it easy. Oh, Caroline says a retreat gem dig with GreenGirlStudios. We need a charter bus. Oh, I would love that. Well, we did. You know, we went on a gem dig the other day, and a couple weeks ago. It was at Elijah Gem Mine, and it was pretty fun. So I want to do it again, but not in a salted mine. A salted mine is where they buy dirt or grab bags of other material or other gem from another country. Like a lot of places will use gems from Brazil. So you get amethyst, you get rose quartz, you get stuff like that, like sodalite, lapis, because it's not those don't really grow here. Oh, yeah, there's no plastic in here. I would die. My God. Yeah, there's no glass. There's some river pearls in there. Good amethyst. Or not amethyst. I meant to say amber, but I do have a couple, like this is really good quality amethyst right here. It's like this super pale. I don't know why I like it. I like both where it's like hyper saturated and I love the, like this is called Praisiolite and it's amethyst, but it's a green color. It's the same hardness and it comes out from the same area of the world, but it's a little bit different color. Well, it's for real a different color. So anyway, if I have anybody that would like one, I don't have very many of these left, so I can only do a few tonight. But I have them. It works out to about $5 a gram. So this is $25 for this like this, and then that's what you get right here. You know, Donna, I still have a bunch of my stuff, but I haven't had the chance. I do this a lot. So this is a different size. So these are a little bit bigger than these. So I have these containers all over my studio. They're packed up. I have them from decades worth of these because I have a tendency to spread them out. And then when I'm done, I just shove them all into a container. And some of the containers, I found a couple of them yesterday they were covered in dust. They were in another container that was marked as stationary. And so I didn't even know they were in there. So this one what is this? Let's pour this in. These are bigger gemstones, but I often do them by size at least. So I'll do scoops of these when I'll find more because this is kind of unsatisfying for this small. Well, you know what this is good for? The lid doesn't come off. See, they screw on for spices. The other lids that I have, the whole reason I even started is because they were in the containers like these that do not have the lids just come off. So this size is 8 grams and let's do it and I'll show you. I weigh them too to make sure that it is legit the amount that I said it's going to be and a little over. Sandy says, would like to know if you can combine online order with a gem dip. Yes.
I might have already shipped
if you have
a package
your
of yours,
shipped,
Sandy.
If it's shipped, then we can't do it because
sometimes I combine them if I can. But if it's gone, then it's gone. I can't combine stuff with old stuff if I've already shipped it.
Mm-hmm. So that's what you get. Now, the same guy that was giving me a hard time about my necklace prices was like, well, I can go to the gem show. And I was like, of course you can go to the gem show. But to make this is years of collecting. I didn't just go to Tucson and then buy, you'd have to have like 50 strands and then do this. Not only would that be that'd be like thousands of dollars. But of course you can do that. There's nothing stopping you. But would you have, it's not like I'm making, the thing is that I have stuff in here that I paid, there's a strand in here that I was telling you. You guys are like, how can you remember it? When you drop $200 on a strand of beads, you're going to remember it. At least I do. Like these little guys here, this is tourmaline crystals that are top drilled. So that was not a cheap date. And I remember those. And I used to use those, and I still use these. This is how I make my gem necklaces. Well, I do like to do where I check the holes. And if they have way too many small holes, then I don't buy them. So some of these may have small holes because these are from 26 years. I have some in here from like the very, very first show, but very few. Because then you didn't have some of the types are different. Like there's some abalone carved birds. Where are they? There might not be any left. But no. Oh, here's one. I don't know if that has a super small hole. No, it has a big hole. I don't know what I was talking about. All right, so what did I say this was? So this one is 40 for 8 grams. I will say that I made a mistake because apparently I can't count by fives, and marked them pretty cheap. But what I did do is I honored the prices that I had them at. So there's no, like some that were really, there's another version of this, the 31, that is this size over here. Well, no, I don't see it, but it's a little bit bigger than this one. So these come in a bunch of different sizes. So the size is about the gram weight. So that one was, let's see, I think that was a $40 one. So it's 8 grams. And you get a lot. So anyway, what I can do now is I have a few of these ready. If there, I saw a couple I did not go through. Okay, Karen says, I had requested a gem scoop with my order last week. I sent a message. Now, I don't know if Azalea, if you put those
Which
on
Karen
there.
is it?
Karen, let me see. Let me go back up. Karen Yates Waters. Terry says, I need a large. Okay, so that's $100 for that size. It's 20 grams, but look at how much you get. And I don't, I'm not going back through there and picking anything out either. Put a name on it. So that's what is 20 grams. I think that is a very, very good price for something like that. There's nowhere you're going to get that. I don't care what anybody says. That is a steal. So, yeah, that gal was like, well, I could do it myself. Of course you can. Then do it.
Girlfriend.
What are you telling me for? I was like, yeah, nothing's stopping you. So anyway, Terry, let me see, I'm going to look because I got kind of wild with this dipping and showing it. So what we can do for the gem dip, we have considered putting them on the website, but Azalea thinks it's better to do this separately. So if you haven't gotten, I saw a couple folks say they haven't gotten an invoice. Remember that some of the invoices have been going to the spam folder. So
anybody that got a lucky dip got an invoice. It just could have gone to your spam.
Yeah, just remember some of the stuff.
I've been resending invoices that I see that haven't been done because I know everybody wants them. Mm-hmm. So I'm just assuming that it goes to the spam for some reason, and it's happening a lot to me lately, and happening in my inbox.
I think because we're coming from a Shopify, and so a lot of times those will go directly because it's a store, it's a website.
It's like, bruh.
It's like, please do us a
stop screwing us over. I'm literally gonna start crying.
All right, Karen. We'll double check on that. If you want to, we can resend any invoice. So
did Karen did she pick one out and not get the invoice for it? Is that what I'm saying here?
I think that's the case. So we can just resend
see if there's an invoice there in existence for you.
All right. So this one is for Terry. I saw this one as the large. I'm going to put that one. This one's yours, Terry. There's a lot of goodness in that one. All right. Here you go.
Yeah, I don't have an invoice for you that went out at any point, Karen. So I guess we just didn't do it.
It's possible. We did have a few folks that said that they weren't specifying. They said, I would like a gem dip. And if I did not see if it said $30, $40.
I mean, if she wants it, we can just do it right now.
Yeah, we could do it right now.
What size do you want, Karen?
You can, so this is 12 grams at 60. This one is, so let's see, I'll put them flat for you. This one is 20.
Whose is this for?
And then this one is 25.
Wait, who's this for?
I'm behind. Let me see. Oh, I am way behind. Wendy or Jillian says 4 of those scoops I should specify. Yeah, specify what size. Wendy says, I heard that small opals can have small holes. Yeah. That's possible.
I don't know who this is for.
That one's for Terry.
Okay. And how much was it? 100?
Yes. These have pretty good holes. Look at this one, Wendy. That's a pretty good size hole. Here's another opal. There's a bunch of opals that I put in there. All right, let me catch up on this. Donna says, I remember those birds and the ones carved out of turquoise. Yeah, they're from, I think those are, I'm drawing a blank. I want to say that they're like from the Philippines, but they might not be. Okay, Carolyn says, I'll do 40 in a tin. Okay, I got that. Good times. So this one is for Carolyn. I'm gonna have to get more
For who?
Carolyn Bishop. Jillian.
And how much is it?
40. Liz says I'll do a 25 dip. All right, let me see if I've got more of those containers.
This one's $40, you say?
$8, yes.
Good job. You can do the math today.
So what I'm going to do is I have some more of these tins, but I'm going to put them in these tins temporarily until I can go get the ones from upstairs. All right, let me see. Liz says a 25. Okay, here we go.
This cat is lounging peacefully.
Give it a good stir. I'm excited to see what people will make. I am
Post in the group, you guys.
Yeah, let me see what happens. I want to see, because you know what? I have loved and treasured these beads for all of my adult life. And it's kind of cool to see what people are making. Oh, this one has Herkimer diamonds. So this is this dip.
Sorry.
You'll be able to make, someone asked if with a $25 dip, can you make a necklace? The answer is you will probably get, with this amount of beads, you can easily get 2 easily.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you were to, like,
even jam-packed. All right, where'd that tin go? I had a tin sitting here. Oh, it's right here in my hand. I'm holding it.
Okay, who's this for, Liz?
This one is for Liz. Okay, Sandy said she would like to combine for a $30. So I have, that would be like this one is between, but I can weigh it. All right, I see one from Sandy says 30. Let me see if I can figure that out. 20 grams. Jillian would like 20 grams. I'll do Jillian's right now because I have that one sitting here.
20 grams?
Yeah, that's this one right here. See, look.
Oh, yeah. I'm a little slow today. My bad.
I'm trying to be very mindful of this so I don't make any mistakes.
You're doing great.
I'm going to have to do a...
if only both of us were on our game every day at the same time instead of just taking turns with the brain cell. Because then when you're locked in, I'm like, huh? Dang. Really something.
And I will measure these too to make sure that they are accurate and have everything so that it's not short. Okay, so this one's for Jillian. Terry, yours is already done. I already did yours. Sandy wants one for 30, so I'm going to measure it. So this is how you do that. So I need 6 grams. So let's zero this out. This is the 100 gram. I'll put them in order.
The $100 20 gram.
Yeah. So I'm going to fill the one. Here, I'm going to zero that out. So you zero this out so you're not charging someone for the weight of the tin, right? So that's happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the $25 amount, and then I should be able to have another couple grams to add to it.
Are you doing who's that for now, Sandy?
This one is for Sandy. That's 4.5. It's not quite there, so I'm going to add some more to it. I want to get to 6. There's 6. Well, I'll put on extra. So I'm going to change these tins out just so you know they're not going to go in these tins because I need to find that these are the problem tins. So I'm going to.
Well, if we can't find other tins, I can tape them shut. You know.
All right. So this one, the lid. Don't turn it. This is the $30 one. And all right, let's see what else. Okay, My Beaded Bliss with like a $25 one. Okay.
What is your name, My Beaded Bliss? Because
yes.
It's probably not your name on the website. I might have a hard time finding you.
All right. Karen says I had message and did not get an invoice. Thought you missed my request. It's possible. If you didn't get it, then it's possible I missed it here because everything is taped. You know, when we tape the name on it. So it's possible I missed it. Oh, My Beaded Bliss. I found mine in the junk folder, and I have a rule set up for GGS emails to go to a GGS folder. Okay, so we've been having a problem with that.
I have no idea how to fix it.
Yeah, I don't either. Yes, please double check your spam because sometimes we'll make it, and if we don't see the, like I sometimes, and I have also found, so I have to check my spam as well. So let's see. I have one here for My Beaded Bliss. Give me your information. I'm just going to do this
just
right now.
a name, so I don't have to write My Beaded Bliss on the tag because I don't know what your like. I'm sure if you're a GGS regular, I'm sure I'll recognize and know your name. I just I don't know who you are from your business name. So if you could comment what your name is, I could write it on the tin. It'll be a little bit easier.
This is the 25 one for My Beaded Bliss. Yeah, there have been. I did see
what
some
size
that came.
Is this 25?
One, that's a $25 one, and I'm going to double check them afterwards. Karen says she wants a $100 one. So this one was just a sample, demonstrating how much is in the 40. Okay, so this is the $100 one for Karen. Yeah, you could probably get 10 necklaces out of that and earrings. I'm sure of it. Yeah, I've shown how I've made my necklaces. This is one for Karen. Now, so if you haven't gotten them, please check your spam because we've been having an issue. I don't know how to fix that. I think it's just because it's a Shopify store. So Jillian says 20 grams. Okay, so we already did yours, Jillian. Sandy said 25. So I'll redo Sandy's. Okay, she did not want the 30 one. I'm behind.
Wait, Sandy didn't want $30?
She wanted 25.
I think so.
It was, I got it $30.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, she said that's fine.
She wants a 31?
Yeah.
Okay. We'll leave that then.
All right, I'm going to see if I'm behind on anything. Yeah, the comments must be delayed. They're delayed because it's hard for me to keep up. They were coming in fast. Kimberly Hayes is My Beaded Bliss.
Oh, yeah, okay.
All right. Oh, Gmail. I don't know. Gmail, like, you know, I have a Yahoo. Might be that Yahoo's being wacky for the first time. And that's being kind of funny. It's not the first time.
Yeah, I know you, Kimberly.
Yeah.
I don't usually read people's like their email address, so then I remember their like being a business name. I usually just see the name. You know what I mean? Except for I don't know if somebody's their business name emails.
Oh, thank you. Jillian says the sapphire and tourmaline necklace is enchanting.
Oh yeah.
That one is a good one. I want to show this necklace I've been working on. This is one I got to do. This is my friend's. She wants me to do a little repair on the button. I haven't gotten around to it. So, Kristen, if you're watching, I apologize. I'm going to reinforce a little bit right here. It's not broken, but she wears this all the time. And this is one, I really loaded it up on this necklace right here. This is one of the colors people really like this one. This gray. The gray always seems to sell really well for some reason. So all the ones that these beads that you see in here are in this mix. That's Craziolite, black spinel. That looks like I got a really good price on these. They look like they're water clear. They have a little bit of the blue. They're like a hot electric blue. It's so pretty. Oh, I wanted to show the one I can't. It's over here. I got these little tumbled. I have not put this on this. Oh, Jessica. Jessica's Hannah would like the medium size. Would you like this one? This one? It's 20 grams. Probably this one, I'm assuming. This one needs. So this is all these little opal pebbles. I put all my extras in the pile, so you can expect some of these in there. Aren't these charming? They're like little dragon eggs. This is considered black opal. It was not considered white because the matrix that you see, that shadow, means it's going to be considered black opal. When they're grading opals, you can get like, some of them are considered butterscotch. Like this is considered like the butterscotch color. And it can be like really translucent. And some of them are white. They're considered this one, even though it's technically that's more of a clear. But they come in different colors. So this is considered black opal, but it's not really, it's not that black.
Oh, look at this perfect opal that was just chilling in the corner.
That's a good one too.
Didn't even notice.
So Jessica, would you like this one? Because I can do that for you. Let me find one of those.
Show her the price tiers, because we have 4 now. So really there's like 2 mediums. There's 25, 40, 60, and 100. So whichever one you want out of those. We could have any price tier that's a multiple of 5.
Yeah, because I could just weigh it.
30 would be 6 grams.
Yeah, I did that for Sandy's.
Oh. That cat is so ready. Look at his face. Honey. Kiss him again.
Jillian says it's making my heart beat a little faster. I like that too.
That's cute. Yeah, me too. When I see it sparkling in my eyes.
Because there's rubies. There's that right there. That is my fingers were making it where it didn't come into focus. This is grandidierite. I put the extras from the lot sales in there, so you can see that's like I usually give myself, I don't want to sound greedy, but sometimes for the strands, I give myself either, if I really like it, I'll buy extra strands, or I'll give myself half of a strand, depending. So, Jessica, I am looking at you. If you would like the medium, if this is the one you want, give me a little sign and I'll do it right now.
Give me a sign.
Give me a sign.
Like a ghost.
I did kind of remind myself of the seance just then. And I've shown before how to make these necklaces if you're interested in making them. I have earrings that I make too. The best thing, I feel like, the fastest thing is to get yourself a pack of 26 gauge head pins or make them. And Jermaine's $60 pull. Love it. And then Jessica's a $40. All right, perfect. All right, I'll do Jessica's here.
Oh, hi, Jermaine. I haven't seen you in a while.
Jermaine. Whenever I see it in a book, I'll read it and it'll say, is it germane to the question? I'll think of Jermaine.
Yeah, true. Anytime I hear anybody say that name, I do think of you, Jermaine.
And then I'm like, how come when we were talking about having to get together in California, we were not able to do it? Because usually when I do it, I'm at the mercy of the folks with a car.
The mercy.
So I think the next time I'm going to get a rental so I can do what I want.
Let there be gems, Carolyn says. It's cute.
Yeah, check this one out. Look at this one. This is for sure good times. That cut, you can't get it anymore. Favorite. All right, this is for Jessica.
Some people should have received theirs by now since I shipped pretty quickly after the fact.
That's Jessica's. Let's see, Jermaine put like a 61. And give it a stir. Yeah, look at this. These are particularly, anytime I buy these, they're beautifully drilled and they're not a cheap date at all. And I don't want to brag, but I get good prices. So you guys are benefiting from my good prices. I have relationships with vendors that are going back decades. I'm going to put this one in here for now, and I'm going to put it in another one. This one is for Jermaine. All right, let's see. Oh, Wendy says, Wendy has hers. Wendy, do you love it? And Cecilia says, I received mine. They were wonderful. That's my favorite story. I love it when people are happy. Jermaine says, missing in action for a while. Low on money and always want things when I want. Watch. Oh, I know.
Real.
I feel like that. I see a comment right above. Let's see. Carla says, I am late to the live and I haven't purchased from a live before, but I would like a $60 pull, please. Do you need my email?
Yeah, send us an email.
Carla, send us your email so we know where to send it. And check your spam folder, because sometimes these, for whatever reason, we're getting things going there. I don't know why.
Yeah, you can make a customer account pretty easily on our website, and then it'll automatically give us your email if you want to do that, or I can make it for you if you email me.
I hate this one. This is too shallow. What I'm using are the things that busted open. These things busted open, and that's why there's even this gem. Well, it's not the only reason. The other reason is that I just scoop everything up like this. Okay, so this one's for Carla. Jessica, I believe we got yours. Did I not do Jessica's? I think
we did Jessica.
All right, I'm just making sure. Morphing Designs. I'm not sure what person that is. Got a tracking number midweek, but it says it hasn't been received. You know, we've noticed that some things for the USPS kind of sit for a minute. I'm not sure what's going on.
I do have something about that. So, a lot of times lately, there's been issues. I don't know why, but I do know that sometimes it won't say that it's been received until it gets to the nearest sorting facility. In our case, which is in like Greensboro or Greenville or something like that.
Is where we
so they don't give you updates until it gets to the sorting facility. I don't know what the deal is, but I just heard that that's the case.
Yeah, we noticed that happening. Yeah, it's not.
A lot of people, great. It's like, it's all across the country right now.
Jillian says, I have an order I just placed a couple of days ago. If possible, send out together. Yes. Zellie's pretty good about it. If there's anything if it's gone out is the only reason why that wouldn't be the case.
Or if there's stuff that's waiting in a different package that needs to be made.
Yeah, like so pewter. If you order pewter beads, we, like anything that we have to make on the website, we usually don't have a deep stock. So, yeah, this is getting kind of low. The next one will be this size. So I'm kind of this. Yeah, that's the next size of the mid-range. Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, these, I'm glad everybody is loving it. Makes me happy. I want to see what y'all make. Don't forget you can make earrings. And the earrings that I've made, I've gotten a ton of compliments on. The threaders We have those. If you're interested, we have them at $5 a pair. So I don't know.
Also, if you post your stuff in the group or in general, you can tag us so we can see it. Or you can
make sure.
You can at least tag me if you want to, because I want to see.
Yeah, I am always up for seeing it.
So I don't want to miss it. You know, sometimes the algorithm doesn't show you right away when you open Facebook what somebody's made in the group, but if you tag, it goes to the inbox.
Oh, Cecilia, we've done where we had different gem mixes with, if you want, I have some super quality stones that I have been sitting on for a long time, and I could do that. We could get that out. That's in some of my, I don't know if other people do this, but I have some of I call it my top shelf, and those I am, I don't know why I'm saving them. It's like I'm saving them for a rainy day or something. But anyway, is it time for that cat to get the rest of his? He's
been asking.
Is he ready for his next?
He's going to do a big jump. Oh, wow. So impressive and handsome.
All right, I think we're done with everything. Okay, Azalea's going to switch it.
Jump scare, sorry.
This cat, look, he's ready. Look how he clutches with his feet.
That's just his lot.
Yeah, that's his lot.
Accepted it long ago.
I saw something funny. It said, getting the rent from my unemployed. Oh, I said, you know, Azalea didn't put that on there. We do have them. Donna, Azalea would like some of the threaders. If you put that on there, the threaders, just say it. And Azalea is going to go back through.
Let me just list them so I don't have to go and do
you're
fancy business.
You're already going to have to go through it from the lot sale. Don't forget. She loves the website action, but the lot sale is where the folks like it the best. But it's also good if you have like ones or twos. You know, it's kind of crazy when you have a small amount. This cat,
he's eating as hard as he can.
He's acting like he doesn't eat. I feed him. Just so
nobody's
you all know.
Curious about that. He is visibly fed.
Oh, thank you, Cecilia. Cecilia says, like I said, the stories that you tell about these gems when you're picking them out is just as beautiful as the gems. Thank you. Oh, I see another one. Kathy says, I'll take a 60 and a beige and black, super fine. Perfect. All right, let me see what I have here. I'm going to scoop this for. Let me turn the camera one more time.
Oh, you don't have to place a claim for the sea lawn. That's on the website. The beige and black and eggplant colored sea lawn is all on a listing on the website, so you don't have to. I don't have to like send you a specific invoice for that. Oh, you trying to?
We got one more.
People were ready.
I saw come in. He was ready. He had his treat already. But his snack. Kathy Ryan would like a 60. All right, I will do that now. We got a pin. Look at the big opals in there.
Those look good.
Moss aquamarine. That's an opal. That's a tablet shape. It's good times. It's nice. All right. That one goes to Kathy Ryan. So now that I know that y'all like this kind of action, this is going to alter some of the way that I do some of my shopping so that I can find out very specifically what y'all like. And the good part of that is that then it's kind of like, it makes it easier to pick things. Although I will say, I just pick what I like and what I want to wear. get from me, because sometimes you don't sell your work, and then you have it. So if you like it, then it's no big deal if you're stuck with it. So sometimes you don't sell everything. And as far as earrings, sometimes I just keep it anyway because it comes out good, and then I'm happy. So, Carolyn, there was some rubies in that for sure. Yeah, we will make sure to. The only reason, if we are waiting, if you had your thing, Azalea fills orders almost every day. So if your thing went out, then that's the only time when we can't do it. If you want it combined, here's the other thing. If you get some pewter or something, give us a minute to make it. That's the only thing. We don't have the help we used to. We used to have employees, but now it's us. We're our employees. So we don't ship. We don't have a casting. We used to have a casting service. We don't have a casting service anymore. Our dude that used to cast for us went out of business. So this is the necklace. Thank you, Jermaine. This is one I made pretty recently. I think I started it on a live. So this was part of. I think this was part of a bead collection we did, and it's pretty. Look up one of those little heads. These are one of my favorite things that I put together. Cute. Marty is just tearing up my chairs. If you saw them all the way around the edge, they're chewed up. All right, my friends, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you so much for your orders. I really appreciate it. It's going to go for fixing the floor. We have where the dishwasher should be. There's it's empty, and it leaked, so all that flooring has to be replaced. So that's what we're gonna be fixing up here soon. So anyway, I will see you all on Wednesday. We have something fun planned, and we are looking forward to the big crafty that's coming up. And don't forget, right after that, I'm going to send out an email letting everybody know that we're having a big party with Jen from Cherry Tree. I don't know if she'll go on live. I was like, listen, you'll be fine. You'll love it. It's going to be great. But I don't think she wants to. She doesn't want to be on the live part. It gives her. She's like, it's like a nightmare. And I'm like, once you get it, it's easier. So anyway, love you all out there. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. Okay, bye-bye.